work and money who generously shared their insights, including career strategists, financial planners, entrepreneurs, Fortune 500 executives, motivational speakers, recruiters, life coaches, journalists, and best-selling authors. I also delved deep into the research on career and financial issues to look for common threads. All the while, I tried to connect my own journey and those of my financial planning clients with what I had learned from others. While career and money issues are intrinsically linked, I recognize that a book combining these subjects is not exactly a beach read. In order to cover both topics without making you want to jump in front of a car, I've only provided the information you need to know to see the big picture and take action, rather than bogging you down with all of the minute details. In addition to introducing concepts to you, this book will occasionally use stories from my or other people's experiences. Although the stories are based on actual events, certain details, such as the names of people, groups, and companies, may have been changed to maintain the privacy of the individual and or not disclose confidential information. Consider yourself warned, however, that this book is an active read. In particular, I'll be asking you to answer some questions about your needs and values that you might need to think long and hard about. I'll also provide you a series of exercises focused on your career and financial situations. I encourage you to put in the time to do this legwork so that you can create a truly customized roadmap for achieving your goals. I hope you find this book helps you balance your professional and financial decisions for greater stability, satisfaction, and peace. While the road ahead may not always be easy, I can assure you that the payoff is worth it, because you can work your money, not your life. Now let me show you how. Part 1. Here's the deal. Not everything that counts can be counted, and not everything that can be counted counts. Albert Einstein. I'm sure you're eager to jump into the actual nuts and bolts of optimizing your career and finances. But before concerning ourselves with any practical details or fancy arithmetic, let's take a step back and identify why the work we'll be doing together in this book is important. Although work and money are interconnected, the extent to which these two areas of our lives impact and inform each other may not be so obvious. It certainly wasn't to me. However, I've found that creating an integrated work and money strategy can empower people to gain more control over their lives than they might have imagined, leading to greater happiness and a clear sense of purpose. This has certainly been the case for many of my financial planning clients, as well as for me personally. We'll cover several key concepts in this section that will help motivate you on your journey toward professional and financial well-being. In particular, we'll examine how your living expenses can either help or hurt your job and life flexibility. We'll also clear up some common misconceptions about how to pursue a satisfying career by dispelling several of the myths that may have led us into unrewarding jobs. The insights you gain will lay the foundation for your work and money plan. Chapter 1. You're worth more than you think. Since you're listening to this book, chances are that you can relate to my story in some way. Maybe you have what is considered a good job by most standards, yet you feel like you don't have much to show for it. Your net worth seems to be growing slowly, or not at all, and may even be negative. And to make matters worse, it's not like you hop out of bed in the morning skipping at work. Or maybe you love your career, but you can't figure out how to meet your financial goals. At times, you may wonder, what am I doing all this for? I imagined life to turn out a little differently than this. You're not alone. Nearly 70% of Americans don't like their jobs, according to a Gallup study, and 65% of Americans lose sleep over their financial worries, based on a creditcards.com poll. Career and money woes appear to be especially prevalent among young professionals. In fact, a LinkedIn survey found that 75% of people in their 20s and 30s had experienced insecurity and doubt around work and money. No duh, right? Or what they might call a quarter-life crisis. While many of us have tried to improve our careers and our finances, we may have done so by approaching them as two totally separate problems.